guys. Just go live because I'm here early at the salon, um, trying to get things in order for myself, for my God ordained spouse, and just my purpose in general. I was talking to my girlfriend, my sister in Christ last night, and I was just telling her, just make sure that God is not waiting on you. Not that he is. I'm just saying, just check the boxes. You know what I'm saying? It's better to be safe than sorry. It's better to, make sure you cross all your T's and dot all your I's and making sure that, you did everything God called you to do. Also, like on the other side of standing, like it's kind of weird because there's not many people, for me anyway, to follow when it's for, or just, I want to say whose channel to like tune into, because I know there's people still standing. I know there's people still waiting. And granted, I am restored unto my God ordained spouse. My God ordained spouse is restored unto God. However, there's still things that need to be finalized and put in place. We still have not like walked down the aisle yet. So, there are things that I'm still like seeing God do. But again, like I delivered a word that my God ordained spouse, he denounced or gave up marijuana, weed. So I'm still seeing God do things that I feel like need to be pruned before we really full on I want to say get married. So in the meantime, though, there's things that I still need to do. Like I had my business in place, but there's always another level. There's always a leveling up, right? And so while I was waiting for my God ordained spouse, I was still doing things that I knew that I wanted to do. I was still doing things that God was calling me to do. I was still doing things that ultimately benefited my relationship with my God ordained spouse when he did come home. So for example, like God told me I was getting a house. I still had to put in the work to get the house. I had to save the money for the deposit. I had to, find a realtor. I had to search for a house. I had to pray about which house was for me. And God, told me which house was mine. I'll probably do a video on that. I also got my salon. I was in a small suite, like the size of maybe your bathroom, doing hair out of there for 4 years before I got this. Let me show you because I need to testify. This large space, this is where I do my events now. This is where I do my spoken word, my poetry. This is where I do, I host things, lock link ups, things that I get to do, ideas I get to expand on that I didn't have the space to do when I was in that small suite of mine. But again, that was another thing God told me. Like I was so adamant about getting the salon space first. And God switched gears. Was like, no, you're getting a house first. Get your house in order. So I ended up getting a house. And then around what I think we God told me I was getting a house maybe around October. I started searching, like really searching, and then we got a house. We closed July 29th of last year. So it just turned a year that I've been in my house. The salon space, I found the salon shortly after we worked our last day, February 25th, in our own building, old suite. We came to this new building March 1st. This has all happened prior to my God ordained spouse coming. So I just wanted to say all that to say, like, make sure God's not waiting on you. If there's a business you're supposed to put in place, a ministry that you're supposed to put in place. Even God told me here, to start my ministry, start my YouTube ministry. I felt like he was saying that for a while, but it didn't start getting stronger and stronger. Just turned 4/14. But on April 14th of 2023, God like made it so very clear. He used another sister in Christ on this channel, but she confirmed everything God kept saying to me through my friends, through my sisters in Christ, through signs, just through my ministry, opening my word. God was telling me, okay, start your ministry. So I started a ministry, being obedient to the Lord. I got a house, being obedient to the Lord. I got a salon space, a new salon space, being obedient to the Lord. And all of this was set in place prior to my God ordained spouse coming here. Okay. And now we are living together. He's living with me. He works here at the salon with me. We are going to set up his business. He has an IV hydration business that he's going to start. The brick and mortar is going to be in the back of the salon. There's an extra room back there that I was thinking about like letting other people rent it out. I didn't know what to do with it, but I knew that when ideas would come up, when people would approach me or say, hey, are you renting anything? And I would just be like, no, because I just knew it wasn't it. It wasn't until my God ordained spouse got here, saw the space, we started talking more, and I'm like, look, you can start your brick and mortar back there. Like, everything that I've been doing because of the Lord and God's been doing for me, set up things in order for my God ordained spouse coming. Okay. Now we have somewhere to live. Before we was living in an apartment. It was an expensive apartment. Okay. Now we have somewhere to operate both of our businesses. He's actually able to work with me and help me to manage. Now it's not me rushing home to go pick up my daughter. He's here with me. So if I'm still on the client or he's still on the client, the other one of us can go run and go get our daughter. Like, there's things that, again, being obedient to the Lord, figuring out what my purpose is, my destiny is individually, helps build the structure, the foundation for what I would do with my God ordained spouse collectively. He was just on a video with me on this channel. God told me to start this ministry. Never in a million years did I think that my God ordained spouse would come onto this YouTube channel and talk about his journey. We did a short video maybe like 2-3 weeks ago. I'll get him to come, ask if he wants to come, more often and talk more. I want to get things set up. We're building his man cave, his garage or whatever. So maybe we'll do some videos in there just so you guys can see, like, this is a real thing. Standing for their God ordained spouse, and things already came to pass. And so now we're watching it from the aftermath, or there were times where people were still waiting. I haven't seen anybody go through the process, and I feel like that's what God is calling me to do with this channel, is showing the process of things. But again, you don't want to just be sitting and waiting for them to come home, because maybe God is waiting on you. I'm not saying that's what it is, but it's possible. And so why not be safe? Why not check every box, cross every T, dot every I, and make sure God is not waiting on you? Okay. Because we can get lost, and it's very hard. And I don't want to, just because I'm on like the other side, I don't want to act like it's not hard, because it is hard. But even through my pain, even through my struggles, even through my tears, I was still doing what God was telling me to do, which was get your house in order, get your business together. I formed my LLC. I had a business already, but I didn't have an LLC formed for my actual, umbrella company that I was doing. So the LLC was formed, got the house, like I said, got the salon space, or in a new building. Now I can have my lounge, where inside there's a lounge where we're having events, music events, poetry events, comedians, whatever. But again, it's in that back room where my God ordained spouse is going to start his brick and mortar for his business that he wants to do. So the seeds that I've been planted, like, I'm reaping the harvest now with my God ordained spouse. So again, when you're the stander, you're not only the one that's standing in prayer and standing in the gap, but you're also putting things in place, because right now they're lost. Right now they're confused. Right now they're being tricked and manipulated by the enemy and whoever else. So they're not going to get the vision that God is giving you. They're not going to have the chance to write the vision and make it plain. You're given that. So see and ask God, and just keep bringing it to God's feet. Like, God, is there anything else I should be doing? Is there anything else I'm missing? Is there anything else that I'm not operating in that you are having me to do? Or is this thing on hold because of me? Is there something that's in my heart that needs to be removed? Is there some bitterness, some unforgiveness? Like, bring it back to God at his feet, just to make sure, and you check with yourself that it's not you, that God's not waiting on you. And I'm not saying because you're still waiting that is the case. I'm just saying, why not just bring it back to God's feet and just make sure, God, I'm believing that I'm waiting on him. I'm waiting on you guys to do this thing, Lord. But is it me? Is it me? Just how Peter said, asked Jesus, is it me? Like, is it I, Lord? Is it I? Like, just check, because it could be. You know what I'm saying? And it's nothing bad if it is you. We don't want to waste more time, okay? We don't want our 11 days turning into 40 years, okay, of wandering in the wilderness. And so, again, there's things I got to check off my box. There's things that I have to still put things in place to get to the next level. There's always a next level. There's always something to stand for. There's always something to pray for. There's always something to fast for. Just make sure you're being godly led and spirit led and not just doing things out of your own strength, because we also don't want to work for naught either, okay? But yeah, that's all I had to say. I just wanted to elaborate that more. I felt that was more heavy on my spirit since last night, since I talked to my girlfriend, my sister in Christ. And I'm just like, just make sure, sis, that it's not you, you know? Because, and I always think about Job and, you know, his friends trying to tell him like, oh, maybe you're going through this because of that. Maybe you're going through this because they didn't know what they were talking about. Like, they didn't know what they were talking about. So I don't want to be that friend of Job's, like saying, this is why he hasn't come home yet. This is why she has not walked in the door. This is not, no. I'm just saying, why not check? Why not check? It doesn't hurt to check and make sure that you're not the one that God's waiting on. Okay. Hope that helps. Again, it don't even got to be a physical thing. It could be a spiritual thing. God is in me. Do I still have unforgiveness? Do I need to forgive my sister, my brother, my friend, my cousin? Like, is that tied into, you know, my God ordained spouse coming home? You know, or this promise. It don't got to be a God ordained spouse. It could be any promise that God's giving you, and you're wondering, okay, why hasn't this come to pass yet? Just check and make sure it's not you. Okay. Have a great day, you guys.